Good evening, defensive unit. I hope you're well. I hope you're looking forward to your Easter break, or you're certainly enjoying some time off school. So during this video, I wanted to focus in because this was very much an in-possession week about how we break lines, how Beardsy and our right back can get further up the pitch. But what I wanted to do is not forget the defensive unit in this week. So your clips are very much about shape, about decisions, and as well as that, about the rest defence. What I want you to think about when we're doing this is that this is all about, I haven't necessarily clipped all the great things that you guys have done, because that will be, we'll do that when we're in an out of possession focus week. As you know, we've been doing things very differently in the warm-up in games, so we wanted to see some of those pictures coming through in the in the games that we've been working on in the warm-up, that we've been working on in training, especially that cover, that balance, the rest defence being +1 in the rest defence. And what I'm really keen on at the moment, especially with the way that we're setting up, we've been really attacking through the wide areas, is I want you to get into the mentality of really delaying and not leaving ourselves vulnerable would be my real key messages, especially at the moment when we've got Harrison as a CDM, because let's be honest, Harrison likes to go in and around the box, and we shouldn't discourage it, especially with 2 goals the weekend from being in and around the box, or certainly against Hereford. So how we delay is really, really important as a defensive unit, how we win first contact, and sometimes, Jonesy, I'm going to call you out here, just think about if you don't win the ball. Now, 70, 80, maybe 90% of the time, you're winning these 1v1 duels. But if you don't, it leaves us really vulnerable at the back. So the first clip, a lot of your clips, we'll just chat through. So in this one, let me just make sure that we've got the clips on. So this is all about defensive structure, and Tom comes out to win the ball here. Now Tom sets forward to win the ball. Beardsy, I'd expect you to be wrapping around the back of your man. Because now in rest defence we're three players, if you count them here. We've got 1, 2, 3 versus 2. So we're outnumbered. I know I've got 3v3 here. And Jonesy, if you fail to make contact with this, just think about the consequences. So you come in at this point, instead of reading the room and going, well, actually, them having first contact here doesn't necessarily mean anything. What I would want you to do in this situation, let's just replay that. In this situation here is just to allow the ball to go, to stop the ball going into the wide area. So if anything, try and delay this play until Beardsy recovers back. Now Beardsy, the bit for me on this is, could you have recovered back sooner? Could you have got the right side of the man before this picture happens? Now the danger really begins, that we've got Foggy on his own. We're sort of emergency defending now. Beardsy, the one bit that I want to give you some detail on is getting close enough at the right moment. So the trigger for me is if you just look before the player kicks the ball. So let's just replay this back. Look just before the player now is in the position what I would call his head is down and is ready to put some power into that ball, either through a shot or a cross. So can we get closer to stop that? Can you notice these triggers of head down and try and block that pass or that cross? So first clip for me, some of the key points are when Tom goes out to win the ball, or when Jonesy goes out to win the ball, have we got adequate cover? Are we the right side of our man? And can we not commit to to throwing ourselves in there just on the off chance that we lose it, and therefore the opposition can go on and attack. So love how calm you are here, TC. So really calm on the ball, and I love how you escape here. I think this is just class from you, pal, but I don't expect anything other from you. And then the trigger for Freddie to get higher quicker, which I've picked up on with him directly. But just to re-watch that again, just look at him twisting and turning to get away. So one twist, one turn, one twist, one turn, and he's able to move the ball. I'd actually say it's kind of a blind pass, wouldn't you, Tom? It's kind of a blind pass with the knowing that someone's going to be in that area for us, which is fine, right? Because for me, as a coach that really helps you with passing patterns and knowing where players are, I'm cool with that. I think there's a situation in the second half where you blind pass and it doesn't go to one of our players, or in the first half, but I'm absolutely cool with that because there should have been a player there. So some good blind playing. So I won't let that clip play because I picked up with the attacking unit around that. This one's a bit worrying for me, and if just look at this picture now, right? So the picture is corner, and I can see the full goal from here, and I can't see a single red and black shirt. So Beardsy, I spoke about you leading this. Tom, you can lead this. Jonesy, you can lead this. Mickey, you can lead this. Leo, Foggy, you can lead this. There's enough leaders in this team for us to recognise this stuff. So, we don't need to go man for man in this situation. For me, there should be at least one or two floaters. If you look at this picture here, they've got 3 resting defenders, and we've got 3 sort of in and around. So we should be man for man in there. But there should be a player that you don't need to mark. So even at this picture now, so let's just do the count. How long does it take for us to react to this? So corner's ready to be taken, 1, 2, and then Jamie comes across. So I think it's too long for us to react in that situation. The bigger issue for me here, though, is this picture now. Okay, so let's just get our geography right. I think that's Tom, is it? Yeah, so there's Tom, there's Jonesy. So our 2 centre-backs, I know, Tom, you've just said cover me. Harrison's doing a bit of cover here. But if you look at our defensive unit here, so we've got Beardsy, who we've asked to come out. We've got Leo, right back, who's more central, and we've got Tom and Jonesy that are chasing the ball out. What I'd say to you boys is there should be different players chasing the ball out in those situations. I'm not comfortable with you all going. For me, that should be a Hughesy, should be a Freddie Stevens, should be a Max Underwood, should be a Jamie Banner situation where they're going to press. So boys, just think about that. I'm all for the nearest player to the ball presses, but not in that picture. Not in that picture, especially that that left us really vulnerable. I've just done this one, I think I have. Right, what is this one? Defensive unit, picture on the breakdown of play. So we're in possession. they lock us into one side. We were able to play. Jonesy, I'm cool with this, mate. It's the right decision. It's the right idea. So now the play breaks down. When the player gets the shot off, who's covering the pressing centre-back? So let's just watch this through. So who's covering that press there? Because if you think about your warm-up, let me just get the lines on this. So let's just draw these. Have we got the lines? Can I get the lines on? Oh no, that's not the one. Sorry, this is really poor TV, this is. Can I? Yeah, there we go. There's the lines. Okay, so we got the defensive line. Okay, so what I should see is someone coming out. What I should see there is someone coming out and then you two tuck it into cover. I'd like to see Beardsy tuck it in further to cover for Tom there because he's doing the press. And that this man isn't the danger at this precise time. So Cutler's gone in, and then Jonesy should be covering up here at a deeper position. So good notice. What I will say, Jonesy, is really good spot that you might need to drop, but just a little bit faster and a little bit further on that drop, just to cover for that for that shot. So defensive unit. Let's just get Leo on this as well. So go back there, Leo. Then I'm going to bring Mickey into the fullback as well. So we've got this line. Oh, what is Jamie on that? Let me just delete that. Sorry, boys. Poor radio, as I said. That's Jamie. That's Beardsy. Beardsy's high there. Blimey. I suppose that was the theme of the day. So, demand the ball early here, Mickey. So, the important thing for me here is, Mickey, come out of your goal and come into this zone here. And there's a real reason for that, because I think you're scared about making a mistake in front of your goal. And if you then just watch this play out now, so can you be in that position now? If you think about where we want that ball, look at Leo up in that top right hand corner. Look at Leo being high and wide. So in my mind, I think you're scared receiving on the back foot here because you're near your goal. Now the ball from Tom's really good, and it's the right pace for you to play on the back foot. But what happens from that is that, you know, there's a bit of pandemonium, and thankfully we're able to cover each other's shots there. So just watch how that plays out, Mickey. I think you're such an important part in this picture, receiving on the back foot. Just let that ball roll over your body. You don't need to take a touch. It's not going in from the angle that Tom's passed it, but because you kill it, we're now playing the same side, and we've got two players around you from a press. So if you'd received on the back foot, just play it out to Leo. Or more importantly, if we just replay that right to the beginning, get on the ball earlier. Always be an option. You don't need to be central in your goal. That whole area is for you to play in. And Tom, that's that ball that I spoke about. You would expect someone to be there, wouldn't you? So I'm not too concerned about that. What I absolutely love in this picture is you guys putting your body on the line there. Look at you two central defenders putting your body on the line. Couple of pictures for the fullbacks is get tighter and narrower quicker. So Leo and Beardsy, I felt that you could have done more in that picture to come back and get onto the ball. Okay, so defensive unit on this one, we'll just let it play out. So there's Beardsy. Is that Foggy there. Assuming that's the back four there. On that top right hand of the screen. Yeah, so love the fact that Fog is checking this guy out here. What I would now say, Fog, is that your job is to job's to drop in to become this cover, just in case we get an overload at some point, or just in case this man becomes an issue. Will be foot race now, straight lines. So you've missed the ball. Can you cover for Cutler, who's now chasing this ball down? And if you can remember, this is the number 7 that's just like Speedy Gonzalez. So Mickey, could you have gotten the ball here? Could you have reacted quicker? Let's just have a look. Could you have realised that ball was, you could have won that ball? Probably not. Tom, just be prepared for contact. I would. Be prepared for contact. Protect yourself. Get your hands ready to put down to make sure that you don't break any collarbones like another central defender. And be prepared for contact. As it happens, player takes the ball, and Jonesy opens up. Foggy now becomes the man that really needs to work back and get back onto that ball with that recovery run. And look at the man that scores. So this man scores here. And Fogster, you're fascinated on this guy here. I think just remember, protect the central areas. Jonesy, a little bit of ball watching here, where you're watching the ball, not necessarily watching this man here. So this little bit of movement now kills you. So that movement now kills you because you're a little bit off balance and then you can't get over quick enough. Okay, so remember, Foggy, Jonesy, open your bodies up and look for that opposition player. Protect the central areas first. That's really, really important for me. Protect those central areas first. Okay, the final clip for the defensive unit. Delay and Jones is excellent here. So you recognise at this pause point here, Cutler's stepped in, okay, and this is where I need you to do this more often. So if you look at this play now, you're running him out into this space. There is no danger whatsoever. But at the moment, you're 1v1. So one player versus one player. You push him wide, which he needs to turn in. And then the next pause point, there's 3 Hereford players to 4 Spartans because we work back. You've delayed this for us all to get back, which is exceptional play, Jacob. So well done, mate. And then we're able to defend in. So Cutler's become the CDM, H has become the centre back, and we're able to just let that play out. I think let me just take these lines off because they're in the way for this picture. What I'd say about the second phase of this, Jake, is there's probably some unnecessary last minute defending. So you come over to get involved, okay? Beardsley, could you tuck in? There's a player out here for you to cover, but could you tuck in a little bit more? Jonesy, you don't need to get involved here. Not yet. So can we just work better as a team in these pictures? Someone take accountability and ownership. Fog, if I think about your position here, there's nobody to mark in that space. So could you cover in behind Jonesy? Because there's no danger around you or behind you. So could you drop in behind and be another defender? I think this is where Harrison gives away the penalty there, doesn't he? Because we don't deal with it. So look, defensive unit conceded 2 goals, 1 penalty in this game. So 1 from open play when we were down to 10 men, 1 from a penalty from that picture. They could have scored more. There was some real fine margins in this game where I think we we could have defended better. From a rest defence perspective, I thought we were marvellous. And the way that our fullbacks were pushing on was really key. You were getting into the box on corners. You and Cutler and Jonesy. Just remember when you're going into the box that we want Beardsley leading how we're set up. So, Will, that's down to you to manage, pal. We don't want to be barking orders from the touchline. We want you boys to manage those situations. So, well done, chaps. Catch you soon. Have a good Easter. Ciao for now.